Okay, so I was coming to that slide. Sorry, there are a lot of problems are happening, and it's all technical things. The Wi-Fi is not that great here, but I was on the slide where I was saying that when we talk particularly about the startups, so we found that there are very unique problems for them, and what we kind of define that they kind of live in the packaging dilemma where they either get into the conversation with the conventional player when they want to work on their packaging, that the MOQ thing, what is the minimum order quantity, uh, which is very high for the conventional players. There is also a lot of time what we found that they even don't have a proper awareness about the solutions. So in that case also what we found that because of that, they possibly get into the packaging solutions or designing their packaging, which is not very good looking. But overall, this also leads to the product performance or how the product is performing in the market, right? And when, okay, I think slides are coming up. Okay.
So your PPT is visible to us?
Yeah, your screen is visible. Now you can see the presentation.
Yes, sir, we can see it now.
Great. I think we finally made it. And thanks to the CopyBot team. So let's go ahead. Okay, I have explained this slide. Okay, so I was on this slide, and when I say that packaging dilemma, it is in many sense, right? First of all, either somebody don't have access. First of all, I don't know how many even we give a importance to a packaging, because a lot of time the culture with the startup is that we start a project and we have a lot many things to do, and we look packaging at the end. And when we are really thinking about it, so possibly we are exhausted on the resources, and then we end up doing it with the like some very rude way, because either we don't have access, either we possibly don't have awareness what we see in this case, but it ultimately leads to what? So a lot of time when we discuss with the companies or startup brands, so it's not about their product is bad. The product is might be really really unique, but because the packaging is not given importance, it is not designed in a way, so it leads to the kind of very poor perception, product perception. Because packaging is again first moment of truth. Like a lot of time, it is not the product which gets to the customer; it is the packaging which you gets to the customer. That also leads to, in a way, poor penetration to the market, right? You possibly planning to go to any particular market, but there, because it's not very attractive, so many a time it will have a challenge that it attracts the consumer, it invites the consumer to pick it up, but at the end of it, this all could lead to the poor sales. And this is where what we talk about, the packaging possibly is one of the key element, the success of a particular product. Uh, it's not all, but at least it also has a critical role to play. So again, how does this also like, which I have already spoken about it? Packaging is something which you cannot avoid it. This is the medium. You neither should avoid or nor exclude. And this is also now proven very much with the research. So this is the research which is done by WALK. WALK is an agency. It's like a World Advertising Research Council, who organizes the Lance Cannes Lions Festival. It's a very credible name in the marketing world. So they had done this research where it has come out very clearly. The packaging design is the second most effective media. So the brand do spend their marketing fund, onto the online videos, onto the social videos. But when research says that the money is spent on a packaging design, it pays you very well. It gives you the better ROI, and it also stands in the second position when the ROI research is done. And I would like to prove this, not prove, but at least share experience with this story, what we had worked out. So just imagine, possibly the before picture, what you see on your screen. This is the stage, generally with the most of the startup brand when they start. So they have a very unique product and they believe in that. And they say it has a customer base, it has a market. So that's how they go to market. But maybe a limited understanding on the packaging, maybe limited resources available for them. What they start to do, they take a pouch, they put a label on that, and that's how they start selling. People appreciate the product, but a lot of time they start facing the challenges on the side of either the functionality, either the appeal, like the self appeal is not good, or consumer is like kind of resistant, like they want to pick up the product, but they have a like authenticity is also comes into play, which packaging possibly also helps in that way. So this is where this story about Ata Girl, where the lady she's a doctor by profession, and she started this brand called Ata Girl. She started packing it. She had that particular those challenges which typically the startup do face, and then we kind of work with them, connected with our customer who are who are providing them the digital packaging solutions. They help them to design and plan or make their pack attractive, and it's not only attractive, it's also functioning on the functionality part of it. It's achieving what it requires, but at the same time it is giving the self appeal. So now the business has really grown up and it's a known brand now. Even if you check it on internet, you'll find out Tata Girl. So they are really expanding not only to this better or this market. Now they also have a beverages, which is coffee beverages, all those products. So this is the magic a good packaging can create if you give a consideration to that. So why, like, even I say the packaging is really which somebody has to focus on. But if you get deeper into the startup culture, uh, it does not happen. Why? Or if it happen, what are the challenges?
Sir, you're not audible.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well. So I was saying that when we get deeper into why even the startups are in this stage, but it's particularly we talk about the packaging,
Maybe.
the region, which we find out that a lot of times these startups are the bootstrapped. Means they have a small fund.
As a host.
Can you hear me? Is it fine now?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So so when you say that they are bootstrapped, they have a limited fund, and like I said, a lot of time when business starts, they have other priorities. They first want to set the product, and packaging comes possibly at the last. So they have a limited money. So how do you what kind of solution you find for with that limited money? And this is where possibly either the awareness or like the solution, what they look forward, they go for the existing solutions or what they find it. The another culture, what you see in agility, and this will see you with the most of the startups which are in kind of medium, who have a certain product they are doing, and then now they want to come up with the different variants. They want to have launch a new variants. So this is where, and then a lot of changes happens in between, like maybe some sort of regulatory changes. So that's also very well happen in the startup world. The third, which is when you have product, you are already doing a certain kind of volume or business which you're looking forward. The next comes how do you do a brand building? And even a lot of time, what you will see that a lot of brands focus on the first day. How do they do it? And for that, they possibly take different approaches. They either will have very good or attractive packaging. They would be looking forward for the different SKUs. Maybe they have some sort of campaign, some sort of idea that they want to connect with the consumer. So that's how possibly the brand building challenge uh, what startup face, and these are kind of different packaging challenges they could face in each of these stage. So packaging is important. Packaging has a role to play, and when a lot of people understand this, so what is their first approach? They go to the conventional player, and conventional player, when we say analog, or so they go them, but since their volumes are small, these people possibly they are not designed in a way that they can address that requirement. So a lot of times they say no. Okay, even they say yes, first it takes a lot of time, and it also generates a lot of waste, because a lot of time what happens, you possibly don't require the quantities, what you need to print with them. So what you you end up wasting their packaging, right? And very interesting insight which I got yesterday. I don't name the brand, but again, it's a big brand. They even have a 10 situations where they had to waste 90% of their packaging because their product which they wanted, they launched in the market, it didn't do well, and they had to take that product back. So what they do with their packaging? So this is possibly a scenario which happens in many organizations, and also with the startup, they really don't need the higher quantities initially. And with that, they also get into locking money, which is goes into the plate and cylinder making, and they do a inventory which possibly they don't need it. This is not all brands, or you can say they also have other expectations from the packaging. It is not only the cost saving what we're talking about, and those could be that brands are focusing how do they engage, how do they use packaging to engage with the consumer. The another one is that if I spend 1 rupee on a packaging, how do I increase the ROI? How do I get the marketing ROI, like the fund which I invested, how we can get it? Again, saving, how you save more. Then also time to market, which is possibly if there is a campaign and it needs immediate, can it happen? And how it will happen, and if it happens immediately, because there is also a sense, right? A lot of time there is a moment. If you do something in that particular moment, you get the benefit of it. You can ride on it, but if the time is gone, then the campaign has no value. Again, at the end, what all the efforts are done is possibly how do you become eco-friendly. So these are possibly other expectations, and the brands are looking how do they get all of this out of their packaging, how their packaging starts playing, because packaging is not today only the functionality material, it is also a real estate. So, but how this, what I'm talking about, the digital printing or digital packaging, how does that help to solve all those challenges which we have talked about? So, if you understand that digital printing and the analog printing, so analog printing is like before printing, you have certain steps to follow, and after the printing, anyway, you have steps to make the packaging on the converting side of it. So, what change really happens in the digital printing and analog printing? So, the second image which you see, so basically in digital printing, before the printing, those 3-4 steps they completely remove, right? So you don't make plates, you don't need time for make ready registration, make ready color. So those all sort of steps are eliminated, and because of that, what actually happens is this. So since I don't need to make a plate, I possibly then we arrive onto this no MOQ concept. Then there is also, since there is no need of plate making, there is no cost of plate and cylinder. And another one is this, you can combine the jobs. You can have multiple SKU in one particular job. So these all the benefits you get it because of the process itself, but then it moves to the your a particular technology where the technology supplier claims, like in digital, in HP Indigo, all of time what we talk about is quality because of the color gamut which we have in the packaging segment as well as in the commercial segment. And the another one is very interestingly because in digital printing, you only print what you need. So basically, you are the day you shift to digital, you start contributing to the environment. So you produce 30% less because there's a data which is kind of comes like across all these stages. People waste packaging material. So again, I would want to support and share a story on each of the benefit or like advantage which I have spoken about it. And so this is the story. And when I'm talking about packaging, I'm talking about like packaging like this, where really your product comes out, it stands out. So again, in this case, the brand has 39 different SKUs. They also had like 23,000 different pouches. So 39 SKU, 23 pouches. You can even imagine, even they have not printed 1,000 pouches for one SKU. Possibly some would be 500, some would be 1,500, like that. So this is how a kind of quality digital can deliver to you, but at the same time, the multiple SKU, it can also handle very well. Another story which I have from a brand from South, I would say South India, and many of people, and of course I would say coffee board, they work with the Kota coffees. So this is the story which is because again we also don't want to stay around the pouches only. So their Kota coffee has the 6 variants, and they keep adding the variants. So when there is a brand who needs to keep adding the different variants over the time, how do they handle their packaging stuff? And this is where digital printing really helped them, where that time they had a 6 different SKU, and I'm sure if I go today, it will have again the more numbers. And the 6 different SKU, they just only printed like 30,000
Excuse me.
shrink sleeve, which is like 5,000. But if you go for the conventional, it will be around 15 to 20,000. So this is where the
Excuse
concept of
me.
printing or digital packaging helps the brand.
We are not able to hear properly. We are getting a lot of echo voice, and whatever you're talking, it's
Yeah,
like
so people who
very.
are not
Abhita, please mute. Abhita, please mute. There is noise from your end.
So sorry, Abita is the like we are talking from that system. Mr. Venu GR, can you mute it from your end? There's disturbance from your end, sir.
Do I have this thing?
Sure.
Okay, so again, I have a very small video on a very interesting story which we have from the Cafe Pele, because we have talked about the time to market concept, and this story explains in really a beautiful way that how quick it could be and what kind of impact it can create. So I'll play the video and then so just to confirm, you can hear the audio as well?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Okay, so again, I think we had a few hiccups, but I can explain the story. So this is, you can hear me, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, okay, so this is a story from Brazil where Cafe Pele is a brand which is a kind of established brand, but when the change happens in any market, and here the change was that a lot of new brands were coming, and there was a perception which was being built about this brand particularly, that this is not fresh. So the brand has a challenge. How do they cater? How do they make it? How do they prove their product is fresh? That's how they came up with this idea that I will pack a coffee in a today newspaper. So what could be more fresh than today newspaper? And that's how they kind of worked on this concept. At the end, it really helped to a brand to break that perception. And then what they see, they saw around 400% jump in their sales. And it's not only the sales what they see kind of benefit for the brand, but it also works on the brand building side of it, where they show around 1 million interactions on this Facebook or the media coverages, which is like if you calculate, which even they have given the number, but what it works when you have such ideas and it is married well with the right technology, it can be well done. Another concept which when we talk about the consumer engagement is the personalization. And now today everyone talks about how big is the personalization is an opportunity. I personally don't need to explain, but what I want to explain what actually is a personalization when we talk about and how it can happen on the scale side of it. So today HP has a software, or HP has the algorithms which help brands to do personalization on scale. And if I ask you, what is personalization? So possibly a lot of time answer is that my name on it is the best way to personalize something. But if you do it, how do you do it in personalization? And the Coca-Cola has done in in this way where they kind of picked up different names, they put it on bottles, and it really helped them to scale that personalized concept and get a good value from the campaign. The another personalization concept is like you associate your product with a particular event, which is like in India it is IPL, or maybe like cricket is a big here, now the Kabaddi. So this was done for the Tokyo Olympic, where they designed the pack. Because a lot of time you cannot keep changing in your product. So how do you keep coming with the different ideas and keep addressing to the different audience? So this is another way how the brand does it on a scale. The one more way is that you make your product unique. Right? So in this Coca-Cola again took the concept of uniqueness and how do you connect with the consumer engagement part. So they created a pack which is in a way unique. So if I get a pack and my friend gets the pack, both will not match each other. Every time it is produced, it's a unique pack because individual identity which like people do care to do. So there's another concept when we talk about on the personalization and in the uh, so I'll not play the video because video again explain what I have explained it, and we have a limited time because we already lost a lot of time. So how the coffee brand, which is Nescafe, kind of got a campaign with a personalization concept. So they had selected 300 top resolution. So we all make a New Year resolution, but over the time, most of the people forget it. So Nescafe picked up this idea and they thought about that this is the idea which possibly will click to many of consumers. So they selected it, they printed top 300 resolutions from the label itself. They kept in the market and they saw huge success for it. Because what happens that if I'm going to pick a copy to myself and I see a resolution for my friend, I most likely I will also pick up that. So it kind of helps to increase the sale, but at the same time it generates so much of talk on the social media and all the media channels. So it ultimately brands get benefit from that conversations. So not only onto the consumer engagement, and in this case, you would see both the elements, which is a consumer like personalization sort of things or storytelling. But at the same time, what is also seen that brands are also one of the, let's say, the trends. It's very popular that how do you work on the cross marketing? So your product is coffee, right? So how do you bring it a different element to that? And in this case, this brand was Cafe Frequenza. So they came up very unique concept, and I would say I think it's very much possible to do in India. So they kind of selected the coffee farmers. Who do they work with? They like design their story. They put it on the back side of it. So you see the third, the right side of image. This is the back side of the pack, and this is the front side of the pack. And they kind of printed their story, and then they kept those stories into the store. So it does two things for me. First, it gives the so much authenticity to consumer. They get to know actually from where they're getting the product. The second is on the farmer side of it, because farmer really feel pride in this, and if a farmer story comes in the pack, the company is helping them to get the recognition. So think about the impact that those 100 farmers or 300 farmers or 500 farmers, they will also go out and talk to a lot of people. And again, it will be also seen in the social angle, the media. So that also help the brand to generate the social media content, and they did it very simple way. There is a QR code. People can scan the QR code. They can know more about it, and so it was also very much appreciated and a very good success. Now it comes to that packaging. In a way, it is what I have covered till now, that it is needed. You guys need to focus on the packaging. You need to have good packaging along with your product. And then what are the elements? What are the trends you can look forward? And another one is the question which comes when we get into this session. So packaging is also big, right? In a way, in packaging you have like the label, shrink sleeve, pressure sensitive, pouches, folding carton. So the question comes, what all type of packaging can be done using digital printing technology? So the answer is that I would say most of the forms, because the change is not happening in a way of material goes into the machine. So a lot of times we can address, I would say 99% of the packaging applications. Again, I'm still leaving 1% because they are very unique sort of materials which are there. Not only packaging, so what we have talked about is also about the brand building. It's also when you're starting very small, right? And this is a kind of I would say how a brand can also utilize digital printing, not only for packaging but also for their marketing campaigns. So it might start from your label, which goes onto the your bottle or your pouch, but at the same time, it can be also clubbed with the menu card, and you would see that in Coffee Board we have created a display where we have kept very good menu cards. There is also loyalty card. There is also tent card. There are very good posters which are kept there. So again, the question comes: can it also happen into the short quantities or in a very unique material, unique way? Yes, that's also possible, and that also happens using the same technology. So few of other application into the commercial printing, and I will know for you it's not commercial or it's not packaging for you. a solution which can package printing, digital printing deliver. So a lot of time we're also folding like gift boxes. You must have seen there's a folding carton, like there's some sort of a photo application, some security printing. So those all applications are also happening, and in Bangalore we have very good network, and the samples which you will see in this display that will explain all. So after covering all this, what is one important element is always around sustainability, that if I use digital printing, how do I contribute, right? And how the brand contribute, how the brands are looking. And my argument is always like, when you shift to digital, the day you shift, you start contributing, because the concept itself is like, there is a no plate, there is no cylinder, you do immediate printing, you only do what you need, you only print when you need. So if the sustainability is not always about plastic, it's not about using a sustainable material, it's also about using a sustainable printing process. So this is a case study, I would say the report, which we especially don't miss when we go to the coffee ecosystem partner and like the coffee startups. So this is more about to explain about different printing technologies, and here the comparison is between HP Indigo, CI Flexo, and Brillo. So this is the research which is done by LCA, Life Cycle Assessment, third party, who had analyzes 3 different technologies, and they found the result. When you print using HP Indigo, you have less impact on the environment, and the different ways to, like, it is in terms of the water consumption, it is in terms of energy which is used, and if I need to pick one, I will pick water today, because possibly the plastic is the problem which we can still tackle them, but coming from Bangalore, and now we see the news from Delhi also, where water is becoming most places, and which we really need to solve immediately. So what would you want? You would want to use a technology which is consuming a lot of water, or you would want to use a technology which is using less water and helping you to conserve the, like, contribute to the environment. So with this, I again come back to the point, because when we get into this discussion, which is around sustainability, so a lot of time it goes towards that side, that if I use this and I follow the sustainable practices, I will be spending extra? There might be chances you are spending extra, but what research says that product which are marketed using, like they created using some sort of sustainability angle, they perform better in the market. So you really need to find angle. How can you use a sustainability in your pitch? How your product is sustainable? How, and that will definitely help you. The research is that they even perform around 6% higher the chances. And this is the example which I want to share. It might not be done on digital, and I really don't worry about that. But the story which I really like about this pack, that they had a very regular pack which they used to produce on paper, and with the paper they used to use laminate, which is metallized, and then entire construction in a way it was from the system. So that's how they came up with this concept, that where we don't need that pack, can we change? So a lot of time it is not necessary that 100% has to be changed, right? We should also contribute what we can do today. So they designed this pack and they started marketing that our pack is a sustainable pack. So if you buy this pack, your consumer is contributing. The results are really good. Today, what they say that they are already out of it, and I have seen this message a lot of times, and then they again fill up their stock and they start selling it. But the result is really good. So you really need to think from that angle, that how a sustainability could also help you to sell your product. So again, it comes to that, if this is so much good and it can help you so much, how do you get into the train? Like, train means how do you get it done? Who are the partners who can help you in India? So again, these are partners. You can take a picture, and of course, my details always with the board, and we will also leave our details. So we can also help you to connect. And today we have a customer across India, right? You can say south, north, west. So largely these are the packaging player. But like I said, it's not only the packaging. We also want to connect for other applications. We also have a very good network base, and you would find in most of the cities you will have a partners who can help you on that. So I also have my one of my customer, and he is from Bangalore. So I thought I will take. We already short on time, but I think we give him 5 minutes to introduce himself, and then how they can help, what sort of services they can offer in Bangalore and across India. So I have Priyesh from Champion Packaging, and of course they have different brands they coming up. They recently invested in HP Indigo 25K. They will start offering all those solutions for the packaging. So Priyesh, over to you.
Good morning, everyone. You can hear me, guys? So yes, we have recently invested in HP Indigo 25K. So my name is Priyesh Dalmia. I represent Champion Packaging Industries Private Limited. We are based in Bangalore. We have a legacy of over 30 years, and we have started this new vertical because we have been constantly been associated with coffee pouches and manufacturing of coffee flexible packaging. But now with HP Indigo, we can supply with literally no MOQ and very sophisticated pouches with premium quality. And I'm glad that we are associated with Coffee Board along with HP on this. Our brand is Lulu Pack. So we have started this new vertical. If you can share our details. So we have already been associated with brands like Nestle, Tata Coffee, Cafe Coffee Day, Panduranga Coffee, Hatti Coffee, and many other brands, Empire's Coffee, Siddhapur Coffee. We have been regularly printing and giving them flexible packaging for the past 30 years, and ever since their existence. Now we are hopeful to associate ourselves with many other startups, and being in the startup city of the country, Bangalore, I'm hopeful that it will be great to be associated with you all. And just to reconfirm, we can supply all over the world. And another advantage is with this is the association of HP Indigo. We see that we'll have a very short turnover time. We expect that we'll be able to supply in 7 to 10 working days once the designs are finalized. We can supply with wall. Specifically, there are certain requirements in coffee where there is a requirement of wall in the pouch. Yeah, they can see the images. Yes. So this is a particular coffee, roasted coffee beans we have done for rise up coffee, and they wanted a wall to be attached so that the coffee remains fresh and the gas is constantly spread out. So that this is one of the specialities that we can do. We can do all sort of pouches, be it flat bottom. I just change my.
Yeah, we are not able to see if you're sharing.
Video. It's on the center for audio. Stop sharing. Start video.
Guys, can you see me?
Stop sharing that. Okay.
No, sir.
Video download. Stop sharing this. No. Video.
think now I'm visible. So just I was showing again. I would really
You're not visible. You're not visible.
where we have attached the wall for the freshness of the coffee to be intact, and so that
Sir, sorry to interrupt you.
that the coffee
Sir?
is not actually hampering the packaging. Yes, please.
Sir, your video is not visible, sir.
Maipal Singh video you can see is
No,
explaining
sir. No, sir, it's not visible.
Okay, so you continue with the video.
Yeah, I can. You can see the name of Naipal Singh. The video is coming in other laptops, ma'am. I am waving my hand. If anyone can
Yes,
see.
sir. Yes, sir, it's visible. Sir.
We are
Okay,
able to
thank
see
you.
the video.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
So as I was showing that this is one of the oldest coffee pouches again, where
You are on mute. You are on mute.
particular pouch sample where we have attached the wall, and we have done it for Rise Up Coffee. So just like that, we have been doing for Cafe Coffee Day. We have been doing for Hatti Kappi. These are various samples. With be it any type of pouches, be it center seal pouch or flat bottom pouches or pillow pouches, we're equipped to do all the pouches and supply all over the world in all over the country in 7 days, and world will be able to ship in 5 days. So I will not be able to commit on the timing for the dispatch of the world. Then we have another old sample of Mysore Gold coffee. I'm sure many of you will be able to associate with this. So we have been doing this packaging as well for Mysore Gold coffee. So likewise, there are a lot of samples and a lot of options we can supply, and we can also supply in roll form. Just to give an example, if you have your own packaging machine, we'll supply you in roll form, and you can pack it at your site at your convenience, and you can make it as per your requirement of center seal or any other pouch. So I'm sure if you have any queries, you can connect with us. I'll be sharing the PPT or PDF we have of Luru Pack for your assistance, and we will be there to answer all your questions if you have any.
Thank you, PSC.
I have a query regarding the packaging. So a packaging can be trademarked. A packaging style can be trademarked.
Can you please be a little louder, sir? I'm not able to hear you.
Yeah. So consider a company like a Starbucks. They have a packaging style of the way do the packing, right? So can it be a trademark or it is not?
I'm so sorry. Can you please repeat the question?
We again missed it because the voice.
Now I
was
can hear you properly.
Okay. So can any company restrict their way of packing? Can it be trademark?
No, packaging way of packaging cannot be restricted until you particularly have a patent. For example, if you invent a particular form of packaging, you make it a particular shape of pouch, and then you invent a particular layer inside it, and go for patenting of that. Until you are granted a patent of that and the particular application that you're using, it is very difficult to stop anyone else from using the same thing.
Okay, thanks.
I think same is my understanding on this. So it completely depends that if they have invented some sort of a special structure or some sort of
Also the structure as well
functionality.
along with the application of the same. So if your pouch is particularly solving a particular problem or issue, and you have designed the packaging for that particularly, you have applied for the patent, been granted, then only you can stop someone else from using it.
So I think we hope we have answered your question. Right?
Yes,
So,
I was about to show an example.
This is my last slide. I'll just quickly finish it. So you can see my slide. Right?
I'm not able to see actually. I don't know how other people are able to see.
1 minute. Yes. Possibly.
Now it's coming.
Visible.
Yes.
Okay, so again to summarize that the how we can really help, and of course HP and the HP's partner, and I'll go back to this slide which I started, right? And what you see that there are three different stages for the startup. There are three different types. When they kind of looking forward for support on the packaging side of it. When you say that startup, when they are in the stage of they're looking forward to start, or they really have the idea, but they're struggling on that. Who will help me with the design? How can I get the understanding what sort of materials has to be selected for the particular copy construction? And at the last, like, can somebody help me to produce a small quantity? So this is where the first the set of customers, which really HP technology and the HP partner can help. Another one is that you are already in the stage where you have some product which is possibly working in market, and you want to add more products to that, which comes to like the second stage of the brand businesses. So there, then you want to test the market. You want to make a new launches. You want to have more SKU. All those things, that how this product will work in the market, and if it works well, then I will have I can launch it to the, I can go and expand to the other markets. So this is where, which we say in the supply chain, or like there the startups or the business who are in that stage, so the technology can help. The another one which comes in when that you have a business where you kind of looking forward to create different campaigns. You kind of looking forward to how do you connect with the consumer? How do you use packaging for as a medium for that? So, and this is where again also this HP technology or digital printing, digital packaging, and at the same time, our partners can help you. So, just to summarize, these possibly this is the way you would want to use digital printing or packaging for your use. So this is what I had on the presentation side of it. We anyway passed on the time, but I think from our side we have a time. We can answer the questions if you have any. These are my details. So this is also a link which is reinvent creativity. So when you go to this link, it leads you to a lot of campaigns which we have done with the different brands, and this gives you a different ideas. And these are my contact details. My contact details are also with the copy board. We will also share this presentation after the webinar. You can always have a look on that. You can connect with me, and you can also connect directly with our printers or customer list, which I'm sharing with you. So from my side, this is all. Thank you so much. We had a lot of engages.
Naipal, I'd like to I have a few questions.
Yes.
Regarding the small size, batch size production. Let's say for startup, the challenge is always innovation, right? They should keep innovating until they find a product which fits the market. So it means often trying out something, failing, and trying it back, right? This involves more of an iterative process, right? So if someone needs a small batch of packaging materials, let's say 50 or 100 in number, or 250 grams or 500 grams, if you can, roughly give us a ballpark number, how much it might cost, it gives us an idea to plan our budgets and also to plan the business, Are you understanding what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you can hear me, right? It's clear. So basically, again, the idea is that how do you really bring down minimum order count? Like how do you make it really small? And it also depends on different sort of packaging forms. When I say the packaging forms, you have label, you have pouch, and packet. although it really works well on digital printing side of it, that even you can print well. But again, we also have to be mindful what sort of finishing is required to make a transfer. And when we say the pouch that require different finishing, and in the finishing side of it, you still need a certain quantity. But
Let's say
to
something
answer the
which Bluetooth is making right now. If you want to say produce the similar kind of
yeah,
packaging pouch,
I'm
how
coming
much
to
it would cost? Let's say for a
address
50
that.
numbers or this.
Yeah, to address that, when you say you really want a low in number, so the advice here is that you possibly look forward combining those different designs. Let's say you possibly need 1,000 pouch, and your material is not changing, your size is possibly the same, but you can have 4 different designs, 3 different designs. So your number will be 250, the number will be 200, but at the same time, when it goes on the production side, the number becomes 1.
Sorry,
So
can you
that's
repeat it again? What is the cost?
Yeah, what you're saying is not
Yeah,
understandable.
I think you're a little far.
I need to have a rough idea on the price point specifically.
yeah. So
How much
for the
it might
price
cost,
point,
let's say, for 300 numbers or 400 numbers or 100 numbers. Is there any MOQ at all?
no,
If it is
for
not,
the
then
yeah. Can you hear me now? I
yes,
got
sir.
closer to the mic.
Yes.
Okay. So to address the price point question, what I can personally do, I can connect you, like you can connect me over the phone, because we have to look through it, that what sort of material it is, what is the different designs you have, and how do you plan your printing. Because again, when we say 100 pack, so doing 100 pouch, it also depends what sort of a packaging like substrate is there, what is the like, is it a different element into the pouch, which is zipper, which is window, which is all. So then it will really make sense whether this going with the 100 quantity make a sense for you, and the cost will depend on that. The another way to look at the cost is that you can still keep it 200, but you can have 5 different designs. So then you will only get the cost for one design itself, and you can combine your quantities. So I would want to connect with you, and possibly then connect further with the right customer who can address this quantity, because immediately giving a price possibly will not be a justice to
No,
either not to
I
you
think I can
and not
understand
to
where you're coming from.
yeah.
But if you consider different colors,
Yes.
right? And some mix of color. It depends on how many colors you're combining in a analog way, right? So it
Yeah.
means you should know the how machine works, right? I'm just curious if you can give me a ballpark area
Yeah.
where
So I can
yeah,
give you the
because
ballpark figure.
audience,
And
we are here to
yeah. So
understand.
first of all, there are two things. There are two things. Just please understand. When we are talking about 100 pouch or 500 pouch or 1,000 pouch, even the
Yeah.
5,000 pouch, this will not be possible to do it into the conventional technology, because there the numbers are that you have to produce 20,000 pouches for one particular design, minimum to the 10,000 pouch. Okay. So I am still being very conservative. If you really talk, sometime it goes up to 30,000, 40,000 number as well. Okay.
Okay.
So then if you want to do a comparison on the basis of this, then that option is not there to compare for you. But when it comes that if there is a job of 40,000 pouch and there is a job of 5,000 pouch, first of all, it will not go to the conventional technology. So how do you compare it in that case? So this is where I'm coming forward, and I'm saying if we want to address the quantity of 500, you possibly we still keep it. The number is 3,000 pouch, but then we combine it. We have 5 different design. We have 6 different design, and that's how you get the right cost. So if you say the
Okay.
ballpark figure, the number again digital will be around 5x costly, but you need to do your math. are you calculating it for 40,000 pouches, or you are calculating for 1,000 pouches, which is not even possible to produce on conventional technology?
So, if my understanding is correct, in approximate way, it is a 20,000 pouches minimum if we are doing.
20,000 pouches for conventional.
Okay.
And for digital,
If we are
even
doing
you can produce, you can start even from 500. But again, then you possibly have to be mindful of combining 2 or 3 different designs.
Even if you do
Right,
single design, the cost will be higher.
Mhm. So can
Okay,
we
that's
say,
understandable.
let us say now when you take a Blue Tokai packaging, for example, as we have seen, the package structure is all the same, except the printing matter might be different depending on their combination of copies, flavors, and those things. Let us say 500 units of such a thing, maybe different designs, all combined together, 500 units. Because Blue Tokai, I've seen most of the packets are 250 grams packaging, right? So what can we assume? Approximately 40 to 50 rupees per packet might be the costing for them.
Not really, it will be lesser than that.
30?
Uh, let's say if you going for one particular design,
Okay.
around 1,000 to 2,000 pouches,
Okay.
and I don't have number, but I can give it for half 250 grams. So it goes around. It depends completely, because I also need to get into the material.
No problem. I mean,
25,
same material.
something
Consider
like,
exactly same as
yeah.
what
So
Blue
what
Tokai.
case is saying around some 25 rupees
15 to
something,
25.
15
Okay.
to 25 rupees.
Okay.
But like I said, there is no fit answer when it comes particularly to the pouch, because
Okay.
This is digital
again,
example, right? Bluetooth, what you gave is
Yeah,
digital.
of course, we are talking only digital printing.
Okay. Okay.
Right. Okay, I just wanted that
so
for planning purpose.
no problem. You are based in Bangalore?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, then it will be fantastic you making a visit to Champion Packaging and
Where is it
understand
located?
onto the.
Bomb.
They are located in Bomsandra.
Bomsandra. Okay. All right. All right. Champion.
Electronic City.
Okay.
Can
Yeah,
you share
Yes.
the address as well? That would be great.
Yes, I will. I will.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
thank you everyone, and I really love the questions which you asked. Sometimes they put you on a spot, but these are one to be clarified. And having an audience like this, I think others also benefit from that. So
Yeah,
thank you so
I
much.
really appreciate as well for giving insight and sharing the information. There was another gentleman talking about the shipping, right? Just a quick question for him. If you are considering international shipping by sea, what is the cost you're going to take for like 1 ton? And what is the cost for air freight?
Parsu, I will really encourage. We can have a one-to-one discussion, because we are already running on time. And,
Okay, understandable.
We are in a coffee board engagement, so I really appreciate.
But you can get in touch with us directly. We'll share the contact details on this.
Yes.
I'll
Yes.
be happy to answer you there.
Yeah, I have the
Thank
details here from the chat. I'll definitely connect with you guys. And guys, it's really great information. I'm looking forward to connect with you guys. Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nepal. Thank you. Thank you, Barshu.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Champion Packaging is shared,
sorry,
is
sir?
it? The contact of Champion Packaging, is it shared in the chart? Champion Packaging.
No. Yeah, we are going to share it, sir. We are going to share it once.
Fine, yes. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll be sharing it.
All right.
Yeah. Dear participants, thank you all for attending this webinar, and I personally want to thank Naipal sir. In spite of the technical glitches, he was able to take the session forward, and I hope all your questions have been addressed very well. Okay, thank you, sir, on behalf of Federal Incubation Center Coffee Board, and. Yeah, and one more thing is that like this, we'll be having a webinar sessions related to market access, and there will be one more market access webinar that is about to be held on 4th July. Okay, and yeah, the details will be shared in social media and WhatsApp groups as well. And also, we are now open for the applications for incubation services. That is, and the end date will be July 15th. So anyone with innovative ideas or innovative products, especially related to coffee sector, can directly apply through that link. Yeah, that information will be circulated today by the end of the day in social media and WhatsApp group. So thank you all for being part of this webinar series. Yeah, Vaishnavi, you can give the word of thanks.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
A very good afternoon, everyone. I extend our sincere gratitude to Mr. Naipal Singh and his team for an enlightening session on Market Access webinar series. On behalf of AIC CCRI CED, we thank you for sharing your expertise and passion for entrepreneurship and providing insights about digital packaging and its importance. Your valuable contributions are deeply appreciated, and we look forward to future collaborations. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you all. Bye.